Well, let's get into it. I'm excited to talk about this other side because it isn't a Steve Mack who, as we've just heard there, is maybe on the downward spiral. In comes the Shiren production house of Max Martin, Rami Yacoub, Andreas Carlson, working on a Westlife track. This can only be brilliant. And I'll be honest, it is. This is When You're Looking Like That.
So this was originally off the second album, but then got cancelled in the UK. And then they double A-sided it and just changed its timeline a little bit. Weirdly enough, I didn't know that's who produced it. And my first note says, would have been better as a Backstreet Boys.
Yes, it does sound very Backstreet Boys. But in the typical Max Martin and co way of doing it, they've taken the production elements of your NSYNCs and your Backstreet Boys, but it still sounds like quintessential Westlife.
Yeah, it does.
There's a real skill and master to doing that. Like, I think I've said before that production is more than just the beats you lay down, it's also how you manage the talent. And I think clearly they've let Westlife be themselves. And I think especially in the video, you get to see a real goofy side of Westlife that just... compared to the posturing and the posing of Queen of My Heart, they look like real people here who've got real personalities, and they're just having a muck about. And it made me love them so much. I was just watching them like, oh, it's so cute.
Really? They've gone back to being shit crack. And I feel like we did see a bit of personality with them before. And I don't know, and this is again us being harsh, I think maybe there's too much Brian camera time.
Yeah.
And that's made me think, he's becoming a Robbie. We all know that person in the pub, who has to buy the round because that's how they get the attention. But I did think that it was kind of shit crack. I've been nothing but negative so far. I like the BPM. I think the beat's pumping. I love the overall tone of the chorus. I think it's really good. I think the narrative's confusing because when you listen to the lyrics, it's like, well, did you leave her or what? Because it's a bit like, am I supposed to leave you? I don't understand what the message of the song is. It gets a bit blurry for me whenever you sit and listen to the lyrics. But video, literally, they're kissing grannies and there's like women's knickers on stage. It's a caricature of what Westlife is again. So it's a much bigger improvement on Queen of My Heart. It's not as good as some of the historical stuff for me that we've covered from them. Yeah, it's got some cliches that I just don't need. But yeah, I'm very much shouting, this is shit crack Westlife at this point.
Oh,
I know.
Oh.
Say something positive.
I feel like I've got a lot of positive things to say. Like I say, I want to reinforce the fact that I enjoy watching them being goofy and silly. They look like real people as opposed to the usual like grabbing the chest.
Yeah, okay.
Trying to look all sincere and trying to look all like sort of sweet. That here they just look like really goofy and just mucking about and performing the song. And I really like along the lines of Uptown Girl. It's almost like Uptown Girl came along and it gave them the ideas to commission something original. Along those lines. It kind of feels like a sort of spiritual sequel in that regard. And I think I like that for a song called When You're Looking Like That, it has kind of lyrics about the opening lyrics about 5'10", she's leggy, she's got a catsuit on, she's got Bambi eyes. Even though it's got those lyrics, it never feels lechy or like lads mag sort of flavour. It feels innocent, and I think maybe if it was a Blue production or somebody along those lines, maybe it would sound a bit more dodgy.
Yeah.
But Westlife, you can't imagine any of them having sex or even swearing, really.
Ken dolls.
Completely Ken dolls. But at least this video, to me anyway, it shows that they're a bit more than just plastic Ken dolls. I mean, that could all be manufactured. That could all be a director who's saying, right, Brian, you need to sort of mug to the camera here. It looks natural to me, but really they could all be robots.
Yeah.
We need to factor in the fact that Westlife could indeed be early advanced technology of like artificial intelligence.
Oh.
And I mean, apart from Brian, who's just artificial and there's no intelligence there, clearly. I've seen the guy on TV before and he's pretty awful. Like he's
get the fire extinguisher.
He's a handful. I like it. And I think it's interesting for Max Martin to be doing Westlife because we're so used to hearing NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. I wonder what the experience was like for them and that production team to work with a totally different boy band and give them some kind of Max Martin sound, but like somewhere in the middle between Max Martin and Steve Mack.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting experiment, and to me it works.